Hey there guys, this is Slamsaron, aka YouTube's Tosuke. I got that Arcana heart game from Gamefly after I took back Soul Reaver 2. I was about to say Soul Calibur. And so I figured I should do my thoughts on it like I normally do. This game, not really much to it. It's just your average 2D anime all-girls fighting game. And so I'm assuming it plays like the others. This is like the first one that I played, so I didn't really know what to expect from, the gameplay. But it wasn't that bad. It's kind of like Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, which I'm going to have to get to next. But it's in 2D, and, the moves, are, simple ones. People think, the half circle stuff and whatnot. A lot of the moves are like the same, too. You just have to press a different button. Or they have to be executed in, like, the right sort of way. Because, there's, like, the girl on the cover, she can do, like, a forward dashing punch, but she can also do, like, an uppercut. Which I think you have to... it's sort of hard to explain, to be honest. I sort of semi-mash buttons, but I do it in a way to where I semi-know what I'm doing. I have an idea, I just don't know how to do any of the moves. I actually do know how to play, I just don't know how to do the moves. And so I just happen to be using the moves as I go along. But I kind of learned the general concept of how to do them, so I try to repeat that. The story of this game follows sort of a cliched anime concept. There's an evil girl out, or like an evil person out there who wants to like merge two worlds together and become like the ultimate being. This case being the real world and the elemental world. That's what those little being things are called, the elementals, which are like little spirit people that can form bonds with humans. Kind of like the two characters on the cover, Heart and her Angel, I think they call them. I don't even know who it is. But like, and this woman, this evil person, she has like this group of nuns, which, to be honest, I find sort of weird and a little ridiculous. Kind of funny, but at the same time ridiculous. Sister! Anyway. And so, it's kind of like one of those things where like several characters sort of figure it out, and like, they all have like their own goals, I'm assuming, or they kind of want to try and stop everything. And and they all cross paths and they fight, and it's almost like one of those animes where like there's like some sort of competition going on where the characters have to fight each other, and a lot of times the friends have to as well. In fact, that's actually part of the lead character's storyline. Or you can kind of take the story mode different routes. I never actually finished it because the final boss was too hard, but it's not as linear, but it's pretty good. Also, the game's characters, they're anime characters. I don't really see too many stereotypes. I'm not really good with, I can't really see too many stereotypes. I know there are some. Speaking of characters, the lead character is kind of funny, but she's all about love, which is something that haven't really seen. She's one of those silly characters, but what I like about her is that she actually has some common sense. She's not like Yui, who is just, silly to the point where she's just like practically ridiculous, and where she's tripping over like nothing, like Colette or something. But the game has like some nice characters. I'm sure that like if you like anime, you'll probably find a favorite character. There's a dark kind of adultish character with a katana. She's sort of the silent, strong type. Then there's, a brat, friggin' doo-doo head scientist little girl who fights in a friggin' bubble, and she's like the cheapest character, too. Because you can't counter her attacks, because they're always some sort of two-step kind of thing. But, the game itself, not that bad. The music's pretty good. It's made by Capcom, I think, or it was worked on by Capcom, or like they published it. They did something. I don't even know. I went on the website in the corner. I saw Capcom, so I assumed they made it, and that kind of made sense because the music is, that techno-y kind of Mega Man-ish music, and whatnot. Voice acting, pretty good. It's a fighting game, so there isn't that much voiceover in it. There is dialogue for the story mode, but yeah, it's pretty good. So the game is ultimately on average. But there are some problems to it. And The only gripe that I can really think of that I have with it would be that its battle style, and this may just be me because I'm not really one for playing, the regular, traditional fighting games. The fighting games that I normally play are either, the Super Smash Brothers kind where, it's sort of like you're on like a pendulum, or like not really pendulum, like a little flat surface, and like it's sort of a run and chase kind of thing, kind of like Tales of Versus and Onimusha Blade Warriors. And I also, Tekken I'm okay at. Tetsunoku versus Capcom I'm good at. Dissidia I'm good at. I'm pretty much good at like, any game, any other fighting game except for like this kind of game that kind of follows a Street Fighter kind of thing, where it's a little more technical. But or I don't know. I'm just saying stuff. But anyway, and like I said, this may just be me, but the gameplay sort of felt a little stiff. Like, I felt that, it almost seemed like, the character I was playing as was like glued to the ground. There's some cool combos you can do in the air, but, that didn't really help that much because it doesn't happen very often, or I don't set up anything to where it could happen often. But yeah, that's really my only gripe. The game is at best probably average, though, because what it does good in is pretty much everything except for what I mentioned, which is just a personal thing. I don't even think it's probably just me. But the game is not, exceedingly incredible, except for the music. The music's pretty good. And, that's my thoughts on Arcana Heart. Overall, the game, like I keep saying, average. Everything is good. Not excellent, but good. And, the battle system may be a little stiff, or that may just be me and I'm going crazy, but, ultimately, if you like anime and you like all girls fighting each other in cutish outfits, school uniforms that, I don't even understand why they would wear outside of school. But yeah, this is the game for you. I mean, if you actually want to play something like this, instead why not just play Guilty Gear where every character is a freak. And so, in conclusion, this is Flames Are On, aka YouTube's Tosuke, signing out. Drakengard 2's next, signing out.